Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I'm just putting this one down in the shed. I think we're going to keep this one around for a little bit. I know that we're renting it, so it is pricey to keep, but I got a feeling that we might want to do a bit more silage or stuff like that. And the lease costs aren't that ridiculous. So I think that we can get away with doing that. Oop, wrong side. I keep doing that. Let's put that one down. And besides which, I got 750 litres of fertilizer in this thing, and I'm kind of don't really want to just chuck away all of that fertilizer. It seems a little expensive and wasteful. So my plan today is to chop up some trees. It kind of we chopped up a bit of one tree yesterday, but I feel overall that the mission was not a success. So hopefully we can do a little bit better today. Before we start, my question for the week is, which tractor would you like me to buy? Now, I've got three options. I've had a look through. So do you want me to get the Valtra T-Series, that one there? Do you want me to get the Massey Ferguson 7700, that one there? Or do you want me to get the Case Puma CVX? Is your vote, is your game. Head to the comment section down below and let me know which one you would like. Now then, this is a little bit heavy, granted. But once we get it set up, I think we'll be okay. Now, it's a little bit annoying that we've got one stage come through there. Let's just take a look on our map and see what the fertilizer situation is. Oh, it's alright actually, because they're both... Oh, no, they're not. That's a second stage. So they are going to need fertilizing, so we're going to need to wait for them to... Actually, I think the grass field has already grown, so we could put that onto... We could do some fertilizer there. But I don't think we've got very much in our fertilizer spreader, which means that we need to get a couple bags of fertilizer back in order to... So that, I think it may end up being another project. We may have to sort of wait a little while before we can do that. Now, let's bring this one in here. I'm going to... Yes, I know I'm killing a lot of the grass, or at least, you know, stunting its growth a little bit by bringing it in here, but I think this is the best way to do it. I want to put the wood chipper here for a minute at least. Let's change it over. Now I've got this trailer. I'm going to stick this trailer onto the front of that one, and I'll pull the two of them together with this tractor. It is going to make it grunt a little bit, especially when it's full, but I think it'll do it, even if it's a bit of a struggle for it. So I'll hitch this one on. Actually, I'm going to hitch this on, and I'm going to get that wood chipper in position and unfolded, and then we can start actually using it. Right, now we're talking. We've got this all set up and ready to go. I am wondering if we should worry about doing the fertilizing, to be honest. I would, you know, we could kind of do with getting some fertilizer onto that field and on the grass field as well, because it does actually affect the yield. So I'm wondering if I should go to the shop a minute, get a bag of fertilizer with the tractor. We could put a little bit into the fertilizer spreader. Actually, I don't think we're going to be able to... We won't be able to put a full one into the fertilizer spreader. But we could at least... Yeah, we're going to get set up with doing some fertilizing anyway. I'm actually wondering if we should swap the fertilizer spreader for a bigger one. Because if you have a look here... We back out of there a second. Fertilizer spreaders. This one here has a 12-meter working width. This one has a 24-meter working width, which is considerably bigger. Twice the size, in fact. And also, it holds 4,000 litres, whereas this one is just 700. 4,000 litres is going to be enough. We fill this one up back at the... just at the shop, and then we're not going to need to worry about it for a little while. So this is the owned items, this is the leased items. This is just a leased one. It has the 700 litres in it. That might be worth considering. But anyway, I'm going to get this one hooked up and see about spreading a little bit of fertilizer, just using up what we've got, and then I will make a decision as to what we do after that. Okay, it makes a significant difference to the colour of the ground when you go over the grass. That's actually quite noticeable, because some of the crops it's not all that noticeable, but that one, that really is quite noticeable. So I'll just let it do there. Right. That should be enough room there. I'm hoping that I won't have to move any machinery or help it out now. It should just be able to continue on and deal with it. And hopefully also... Right, that'll do. Hopefully that one will be able to finish this field with what it's got. Now we can concentrate on this. So let's hop into this one a second and make sure everything is all okay. So we've got the engines already turned on. What is... Ah, I see. So you can raise and lower that one. We don't need to lower it very much. We'll just put it there. That's fine. Turn on the wood crusher, unload here, pipe in, fold. Right, that's everything. So let's just turn it on. Okay, that thing looks pretty cool. That thing does look pretty cool. Let's have a look. We got some logs down here that we left over from yesterday. Let's just see what these do. Can't see it very well. Okay, let's throw it. Brilliant. Oh, that is superb. Look at that. A proper animation for it and everything. Let me climb in and see what it does. I thought it was going to go forever, but no, it doesn't. It does stop, so that actually works really well. Quite pleased with that. So let's chuck another one of these in. Goes in along the belt. It works really. I'm really pleased with that. That looks really. That's excellent. Comes up onto there. Puts a little bit in. I mean, those are bigger logs, to be honest. So that would explain why we're getting so much out of them. So there was those two. Did we have any more? That's the tree stump there. I don't think there was any more. We dropped just the two of them down there, wasn't it? So let's cut this one in half, and I'm hoping that that'll actually be enough. Let's crouch down. Remember, it's control to crouch down if you're on PC. I've no idea what the controls are for console, because I don't play console for this. In fact, I don't play console for very much. I do very occasionally. I could play a racing game or something like that on console, but generally I'm a PC player. And yes, I've seen all the arguments for consoles are better because of yada yada yada. PCs are better because of this, that, and the other. And you've got the PC master race and the console race and all the rest of it. Personally, quite frankly, I think it's all a load of rubbish. You play what you want to play because you enjoy playing that particular style, and that's the end of it. So no, for those couple of people who have tried to drag me into the PC master race argument nonsense, I'm not getting involved. Everyone can play any game on whatever platform they want. Oh, he's finished already. Right, I think we're going to put this on hold. I'm going to go and I'll just leave that running, actually. That can just stay there. It actually switches off by itself once you get a certain distance away. I'm going to rush over to the shop and I'm going to I'm wondering if I should swap the fertilizer spinners and get the bigger one, and then we can put 4 bags in. I'm going to need the loader arm for this. I'm going to need the pallet forks as well. So we could return this fertilizer spinner and get the bigger one, put 4 bags straight into it. I could even just carry another bag back for putting into our seed drills if I want to, and do it all on this tractor. That's what I'm going to do. I'll just get the loader and everything on a minute. So the safest way to travel while you're on a tractor with pallet forks is to have them as close to the ground as possible. Now, ideally, you should have a pallet on. But if they are very close to the ground, you can get away with not having a pallet on. I mean, well-ish. It's kind of a grey area. What you aren't supposed to do is stick them right up in the air. That much we do know. So we're not going to stick them right up in the air. We'll put them low down to the ground. Because, I mean, you shouldn't be driving in such a way that you're going to hit the other traffic. Okay? Quite frankly, if you think you're going to be hitting the other traffic, you're doing something wrong. Okay, let's just be clear on this. Hitting the other traffic is not the way to go about it. So you should be having it as low to the ground as possible. Now, the worst that could happen, if someone does have a collision with me here, the worst that is going to happen to them is we're going to have damaged wheels. If I have it up in the air and there's a collision, it could potentially land. It could cause me to rock forward and crush the cab, injure the people involved. It could be quite dangerous. So this is the advised way to carry bale spikes, pallet forks, anything like that. But really what you should have is you should have them on a pallet, or you should have a metal cover over the front, something like that. Right, here we go. So we're going to lease the bigger fertilizer spinner rather than this one. So if I just take this one off here a minute, lower it down. Wrong machine. There we go. Lower that one down. Unhitch. And I'll back up out of here. We want to get 4 bags. Actually, we want to get 5 bags of fertilizer. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough money for that. Those are quite expensive. However, I feel it will be worth it. So we want to return that one. Yes, return. Okay. We are about to get some wood chips. So I'm hoping that that will offset the cost of buying all this fertilizer. So back out of there. That is the one that we want there. Fertilizer spreader. There. Select. $3,000 to lease. That's expensive. But it is only $280 a day for keeping it running. And then we back out of there. Now we want to go to pallets. Fertilizer. I want 5 of these, but I got a feeling that we're not going to be able to do that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Colour me impressed, ladies and gentlemen. Colour me impressed. So, $8,000 for new vehicles. That's not new vehicles, that's fertilizer. Get it right. Now, I suppose we could just load them from the ground, go just drive alongside them and fill them up. And I might actually do that. I don't know. No, I won't. No, I won't. I'm going to do it properly. I will do this properly. So I want to put that over there. You're really not going to... Oh, maybe it's too high. Yes. A little bit too high. So we should be able to put 4 of these into this spinner. There we go. And then we can carry the 5th one back so that we've got a bag ready for... There we go. Right, there's 2 of them put in like that. I'll pick up one onto the forks in just a minute. And we'll do the other 2, the other option that we've got for the game, just so that you can see it happening. And quite frankly, you've seen me playing around with big bags several times now. So we want to get onto something new. We want to go and use that wood chipper. So let me lower down. And line this one up properly so that I can easily remove it from the forks once we get down to the other end. If I hold it like that, it's less likely to bounce off. Tilt it back like that. Now come back this way. How is this tractor going to cope with it? I want to have a look a minute. Let's just very quickly go to the fertilizer spreaders. There we go. What's the recommended horsepower for this one? Does it say? 200. Does it actually have? It doesn't have a recommended horsepower. I thought that they were all supposed to have a recommended horsepower. They really don't. Okay. No idea why that would be the case. Oh, look, it's saying that we've got 3,000 on board. But that's because we've got the one on the front as well. So now if I go here and I press refill, it will just auto-fill from the pallets that I'm sat beside. I don't know if it stops every time it fills up one pallet. It's slower doing it this way than it is picking them up. No, it does stop. And then I press it again and it will fill up the next one. And then the cover will go back on as soon as it's finished. There we go. So that one is now full. It's saying 99%. Undo the cover. There we go. That's completely full. We've got 4 tons of fertilizer in the back of there. And we've got another ton on the front. That one I'll get rid of and I'll take the loader arm off. I'm going to whip back home now as quickly as I can and set this one going, and then we can get on with our wood chipping. He's fertilizing away. Hopefully he will do just fine with that. This one switched himself off. Let's turn him back on. Power him up. He's ready to go, and... Oh yeah, we used up all our logs, didn't we? So we want to start chopping down some more trees. So let's get over to here, and I will cut it down as low as possible. Like that. And then we'll see. We do need to clean... Actually, I don't know. Do you actually need to clean the branches when you're chucking it into a wood chip, or can you just pick them up and chuck them in anyway? It's something interesting to see. Now we've got the bit where the tree doesn't fall over. Go up as high as I can. Down a bit. There we go. I'm hoping that is going... Right, Helper Bee is already complete. Whoa! Okay, we've got a tree landing on our head. Let me turn that one round and take a slice here. There we go. So cut a few branches off and cut it there. Can I pick that up? Yes. Right, so you can pick it up like this. Now the big question is... If I Oh, you gotta love this game. You gotta love how it works on it. So I can pick the tree up, but how's it gonna be going in with the branches on? Now, obviously in real life, you would be able to do this. You'd be able to stuff it in, branches and all. Doesn't seem to like me picking it up. It keeps trying to launch it back over. I'm guessing some of these little branches are in fact getting caught in places, which is what is causing it to act in a weird fashion. So let's lift it up into the air and we'll carry it around like a giant trophy. And now we'll see, because real life you would stick the heavy end right in and away you would go. What's it going to do here? Doesn't seem to like it, does it? Alright, let's cut it up. As I've done wood chipping before, and generally what you do is you get the big end of the tree and you stuff it into the wood chipper, and the wood chipper does all the rest for you. It's kind of like magic. Is it going to drag that in? Doesn't like these branches, does it? If I can get hold of the end a bit. Nope. Maybe if I can do it sideways on. It really doesn't like these branches. Oh, it's going. But no, it's the branches. It does not like those branches. It seems to have got something about them. So it does look like we are actually going to have to clean them up a bit. Well, it doesn't take a lot to clean them up. You just run down the tree like that. But I was wondering if we could do this and it would like stuff all the branches in for you. That would have been pretty good if we could have done that. Never mind. It's okay. We can live with it. So I want to just come forward a bit and I want to cut that one in half. Because I don't think that one's going to fit. Well, not that it's going to fit. I don't think we're going to be able to pick it up. So that one we can pick up. I don't want to chuck it in like that. This is the problem with this, is you've got to make sure that you pick them up at the right end. I would really like to be able to manipulate the items once you pick them up. You know, just turn them round. However, that is going in. I'll just move it forward a little bit. There we go. Standing on the platform to a massive, great big wood chipper. Safety first, ladies and gentlemen. Safety first. Right, throw that right in. I love the way that you can throw things. That is a nice touch. Bring that one in and lob that one up there as well. Gonna get stuck, yes. And it's dragging them in quite nicely as well. It's got a very nice animation for the way that it drags them in. So to be able to do this properly, we want to pick it up on the end, don't we? Like that. And then walk up here like that. Boom. It didn't like that, did it? Right, what I'll do is if I come down this end, I might be able to just push it forward a bit and then let it go. Is that going to pull it in? A bit more. It's got to get onto the belt. Once it's on the belt, it'll get dragged in and then it goes through the chipper. And then, of course, the next thing is how much is in the trailer. Let's do this log here. We're going to need to get, if we want to cut this grass here, if we're going to actually use this as part of our silage harvest, we're going to need a wood stump grinder. There we go, that one's gone in. So let's just run to the tractor a second and see what it's doing. So we got 9,700. Oh, we got more coming in now. We've got about half a trailer full so far. And that's it. So a lot of what you see going in is actually just the animation. It's not the actual log itself. Now this is the really big tree, and then we got another smaller one down here. So I'm going to cut both of these down, and this time I'm going to try cutting them at more of an angle in the hope that they will fall over properly, and it'll also be easier to find the stumps, because in the last version I was told by a few people that it's actually easier if you cut the trees dead level and they're more likely to fall over. But that one didn't fall over, so let's see what this one does. I'm cutting it at quite a steep angle. I'm hoping it would kind of kick the bottom out, cause it to fall over. He thought about it. He definitely thought about it. But we're going to have to cut these a bit shorter than the full length that we were doing, because these are going to be quite big stumps here. That tractor, the driver's left his lights on. That's no good. You can't go leaving lights on. Right, down he goes. Timber! How epic would it have been if that had fallen into the wood chipper? I don't know how fast you go. Yeah, if it had fallen into the wood chipper and it pulled the whole tree through it, just all in one go. That would have been absolutely epic, you've got to admit. You all know that you'd have liked to have seen that. I'm not sure how fast you can do this. If I run up it like this... It's a long tree. How much have I done? I've actually... Oh, so you don't actually need to spend a huge amount of time doing it. Let me run down here. And cut that one right there. So next we want to just chop them up. Is that going to fall? it's not. Oh, you gotta love this game. Right, but I got to admit, so far, I mean, the little wood chipper. I mean, yeah, it is for little logs. It's for small logs, for, you know, hand stuff. You know, the kind of stuff that you would do in your garden. It's not really meant for whole trees, is it? So far, I'm quite impressed with what I've seen of the wood chipper. Well, especially this big one. This one is quite impressive. We're just chucking the logs in, any old how, and they are actually successfully cutting, which is not something that we had in the last game. I hated the wood chipper in the last one. I genuinely despised it. It was awful. I did not get on with it. I absolutely could not stand it. So this one is a vast improvement. And I've been told that generally the physics for all of the logging are quite improved. I've seen a lot of people cutting trees down into sections like this. On the website, on the Facebook page, the Farming Simulator 2017 closed group Facebook page run by someone called Rich Mater. Join the group. It's absolutely brilliant. If you like sort of looking at social media, seeing what other people share, it's brilliant. There's all sorts of good stuff on there. And I will tell Rich that I'm plugging his group for him again. I expect favoritism for this, Rich. I hope you realise that. So yeah, I've seen pictures on there of people going along and they have just the pickup and a trailer, and they've put a load of these logs onto the trailer, and then cool, look at that. Yeah, put a load of these logs onto the trailer and then carried it to the sawmill like that and just unloaded them by hand. Make a load of money that way. It does work really well. There's all sorts of ways that you can do this. Right, I'm going to finish cutting this one up, and I would like to sell some trailer loads of wood chips this evening. Because this is the last episode on Goldcrest this week. I want to sell the wood chips this evening, and then next week we can start harvesting. We've got to see about getting a combine so that we can harvest our soybeans over there, which are now ready to cut. Right, let me finish cutting all of these logs up. I've chopped them all up, and I've got a couple logs on the trailer. They're slowly sort of pulling themselves in. I'm just going to chuck them in as fast as I can for a minute. Although, I've got to be honest, I'm curious to what's going to happen once the trailer is full. What's it going to do? That one seems to be stuck. Can I free it up a bit? Okay. Not really sure what to do about that. I think we'll get one of these and we'll chuck it at it. Do it like that. Throw. Oh, it's thinking about going. It's going. Go on, you can do it. Throw that one in there like that. It's definitely thinking about doing something here. I'm not quite sure if it knows what it's going to do yet. Let me get some of these other ones. I got some quite long bits here now. That one's out a little bit too far. Right, this one here is definitely sticking, and I got a feeling it's going to bug the trailer, which I'm a little bit concerned about. I don't want it to bug. I don't like it doing things like that. That one will pull in. Oops. I think we're going to have to turn it off, and then hopefully that will allow me to stop it from working. We've got loads of wood chips going in there from that one. So let me just stop it a minute. And see, it's a shame it doesn't have a reverse function, because most of these big wood chippers, they do actually have a reverse function. Right, is it going to let me? I'm sort of moving it a bit. Got it! Right. Let's put that in there. Now I'll get back into it. Turn it back on again. Now it's being ground up properly. That's better. There we go, look at that. Problem solved. Right, now, onwards and upwards and outwards. Oh, that is to say that we've run out of time. Let me just see how much we got. We got 18,700. I had a little bit in the other one. Let's chuck in a few more logs. I really want to sell some of this wood today. I want to sell these wood chips. It's what we've been waiting for. We want to see how much money we get for the wood chips. Lob that one in there. Excellent. This is working really well. This thing's really cool. So, what do you get for... We got the forestry equipment. You got a... Oh, no, it's in the placeables, isn't it? Come back out of there. Nope, back. There. Placeables. There we go. Vehicle heating plant. There we go. Oh, 68... Oh, I went to buy that. $68,000, that one is. Little bit expensive, and we're on minus 2,600 at the moment, which isn't necessarily the best place to be in. Right. I will finish chipping these up. Actually, we want to see what is going to happen. I'm out of time. I'm out of time. I've run out of time. I didn't want to run out of time yet. I wanted to... Let's move you over a bit. I wanted to sell these wood chips. Wait, go back that way. Take you in as well. There we go. Right, they're both going in. Now what's going to happen with the wood chips? 22. 23. Is it just going to stop? Do they just disappear into the vast nothingness of the world? It's a job to tell. I'll tell you what I can do. I can unhitch that rear one, can't I? Unhitch that one. That is full. Right, that's saying 21,000. So it would appear that we are actually losing the wood chips. They're just disappearing into nothingness now. That's a bit concerning. Let's do one more and we'll see. I want a short one. That one there. That's a short one. Might be better, actually, to just chuck these into a heap on the floor. Right, that's chipped up. So there's no storage tank on this at all, is there? There's chips, but it's not come out on the conveyor belt at all. So it would appear that they do just disappear. That's not good. I don't like... That's one thing I absolutely hated about Farming Simulator. Oh, no, they're coming out. Look. Yes. Okay, so it does appear to actually have a bit of a storage tank. It just doesn't tell you how much of a storage tank. I guess maybe you gotta have it... Object too heavy. Object too heavy. Right, let's get this over here. I'll tell you what, we're just going to dump this here. We can do a bit more next time. I'll cut these up and we'll put a bit more into a trailer. We're just going to sell the one trailer full. So let's turn this off. There. Turn the engine off. Now I'll go and get into the tractor. And I am going to go and find the wood chip tip place. And I'm going to sell these wood chips just in this trailer here. While we're driving up there, my question for the week is, which tractor would you like me to buy? Do you want me to get, just come over to the tractors very quickly, the Valtra T-Series, that one right there, the Massey Ferguson 7700, or the Case Puma CVX? It's your vote, it's your game. Head to the comment section down below and let me know which one you would like. So, right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get over to the sawmill because we are just going to be way over time if I don't hurry up and get this done. That is incredible. The light shining off the lake down there, that is quite an impressive view, I gotta be honest. This map really is quite beautiful. It's really growing on me. I gotta be honest, I wasn't all that impressed with this map to start with. It felt a bit kind of sterile almost. But the more I'm on this map, the more I'm growing to appreciate it. It is really quite beautiful. I did prefer the Sosnovka map. Now, both about the same. I would genuinely say I feel the same about both of those maps. They are both absolutely superb maps, and I'm quite pleased with them. I know that there's a lot of people that aren't very happy with these maps, and yes, some of the maps that will come out in the future are just going to be incredible. They are just going to blow our minds. But for now, these are more than good enough. These are excellent maps. So, yeah, it is growing on me quite a bit. So I'm guessing that right there is where we sell our wood chips. And now we find out how much we get for them. You can have a look at the prices. Here, $218 per 1,000 litres. So wood chips really don't sell for very much money. They used to sell for a lot more than that. I'm sure they did. So we're not going to get a great deal for our trailer full. Considering we spent over $3,000, leasing the equipment. Sell point. Here you may unload and sell all your wood chips. I'm interested to see if buying the placeable gives us a better price for our wood chips. It does mean that we wouldn't have to carry them as far. So let's unload. See what we get for 21,000. It's not going to be very much, is it? Although, tell you what, $4,600. We spent $1,000 on a chainsaw, and we spent 3,000. It was 3,600, wasn't it, for the to lease that machine? I think it was 3,000. Let's just take a quick look. Oh, 7,000 to lease it. So we need another trailer full, basically. Another trailer full, and it will have paid for itself. The lease will have paid for itself, and we'll actually start making a profit on this. So I might actually do a little bit more forestry between now and when you see me again. Just, at least chip up those logs that we've got there, and then we can see about selling those. A little bit of extra money to go towards leasing a combine, because we sold our combine, so we need to lease one so that we can harvest our soybeans. And we'll give a little bit. We won't be giving any soybeans to anyone. We'll be selling the whole lot to whoever is the highest bidder. That is what we're going to start doing. It's not really worth stockpiling your crops anymore. We may as well just sell them straight off the field to whoever wants to buy them. I mean, we could store them a little bit, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. If you've enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.